Amar Singh Pradhan. Let's begin with the top stories this hour. The ruling party fails to set up a assessing mechanism despite criticisms of the government. Power sharing dispute affects party's lower level structure. The Sahel revelers start leaving Kathmandu for their home districts, monitoring beefed up to ensure safety of passengers. Turkish officials obtain audio-visual evidence that shows missing Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi tortured and killed inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. And Nepal becomes the ICC T20 World Cup qualifiers. Asia sub-region champions defeat Singapore on net run rate. It's the fourth day of Dasai today. As Hindu worship the 9 manifestations of Goddess Durga for 9 days of the festival, devotees worship Goddess Kusmanda, who is considered a symbol of creation. Thus is celebrated from the first day of lunar fortnight till the full moon day. Devotees flock to various Durga temples, including Naksal Bhagwati, Sobha Bhagwati, Palanchak Bhagwati, among other temples across the nation. Thus is a symbolic celebration of victory of good over evil. Let's begin with the latest national political updates. The leaders of ruling Nepal Communist Party have remained without organizational responsibilities due to failure in setting up the party's lower level structures for the past 5 months. Despite having 2/3 majority, the government has been facing criticism over its performance at federal, provincial and local levels. However, the party mechanism that is supposed to analyze, take ownership of and defend the government's activities has remained almost non-existent. Even the party leaders have attributed the scenario to the negligence of the leadership and some of the party members. The party's ranks and files are dismayed towards the jurisdiction provided to the mere 9-member parliamentary secretariat over the government and party activities. Leaders have remarked that the trend of only the chairman duo KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal playing decisive roles has prevailed within the party. The people in general have been dissatisfied with the government's performance and activities, citing that it has failed to live up to the public expectations despite enjoying overwhelming mandate. The party's student, youth and labor organizations also have turned timid and ineffective due to persisting differences over power sharing. All these setbacks have been hampering the intra-party unification process. The number of people leaving Kathmandu for their home districts is increasing in recent days with the onset of the Dasai. More than 100,000 people have recently been leaving the capital on a daily basis. A significant number of people have started flocking to the ticket counters of Gangabu New Bus Park. Likewise, Dasai revelers who have returned from abroad are seen busy buying bus tickets to get to their family members. Meanwhile, police have been issuing notices regarding the safety of passengers in a bid to prevent any untoward incident that alert them against theft or robbery during travel. Along with deploying security personnel, the traffic police have been checking all long route vehicles against driving under the influence of alcohol. And time now for a short break. For more news, stay with us. Markets are getting crowded with the commencement of the same festivities. Taking advantage of the situation, many retailers have started selling inferior products and non-edible food items to consumers. However, the authority has remained indifferent in the face of such negligence on public health. In this context, we had asked the consumers of Surkhet what should the government do to control black marketeering and sale of non-edible products during festive season. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
डेट एक्सपायर भएका सामानहरूलाई जुन जनताको हातसम्म जान्छ प्रशासनले तिनीहरूलाई कानुनको दायरामा ल्याएर कारबाही गर्नुपर्छ।
चाडबाडको बेलामा बजारमा काला बजारीहरूले अब एक्सपायर सामानहरू सस्तोमा बेच्ने गरेको छ। यसको लागि चाहिँ अनुगमन गरेर कसरी हुन्छ प्रशासनले त्यस्तो चीजहरूलाई डिस्पोज गर्नुपर्छ।
चाडपर्वमा मात्र नथाकेर टाइममा यो अनुगमन चाहिँ गरिराख्नु पर्ला जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ है।
And we have more news coming up, but right now it's time for a short break. time for segment Public Pulse, where it texts us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
What should be done to minimize accidents involving passenger bus? Your options are A. Increase traffic vigilance, B. Don't overcrowd, and C. Driver needs to be aware. The voting is on. Type in AWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And time for sports update.
Sports news.
Nepal has become the ICC T20 World Cup qualifiers Asia sub-region champions. Following rain intervention in the last group match against Singapore, Nepal was crowned champions on the basis of better run rate. Electing to bat first after winning the toss, Singapore was bowled out for a paltry total of 81 runs as the innings just lasted 17.3 overs. Only two Singapore players managed to reach double-digit score. Sandeep Lamichhane and Sompal Khami picked 2 wickets each for Nepal, while Lalit Rajbangshi and Karan Kesi picked a wicket each. Nepal had only played 3 balls when the rain intervened. With no further play possible, Nepal was eventually crowned as the champions of the tournament by virtue of better run rate. Sandeep Lamichhane with 24 wickets has gone past the records of Basanta Regmi and Binod Das of maximum wickets in a single tournament. And here's a look at the top stories one more time. The ruling party fails to set up assessing mechanism despite criticism of the government. Power sharing disputes affects party's lower level structure. The Dasai revelers start leaving Kathmandu for their home districts. Monitoring beefed up to ensure safety of passengers. Turkish officials obtain audio-visual evidence that shows missing Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi tortured and killed inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. And Nepal becomes the ICC T20 World Cup qualifiers Asia sub-region champions, defeat Singapore on net run rate. And that's all for the moment. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KTVSD. Good day.